And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age, where we've been loading the Bob Fizzle over the break. Tried to rearm just a little bit. I am potentially realizing a problem we've got on the Bob Fizzle's design here. It may be something we can fix. So we want to upgrade you to red, and you to red. And the row down the middle probably wants to all be red. And we don't need that anymore. And then that wants to be red. Do you want to be red? Okay, some of that it can do locally. Now, for example, the rest of it's got to go back to Novice 4. Yeah, we're slowly warming up here. Logic-wise, at this point, we're now at the point where we want to build those cryogenic plants. Which means we need to ship in the stuff to build the cryogenic plants. Fair enough. Because... what? We've got... well, we got lithium plate on the island. Let's say. We don't got blue, we don't got superconductors, we don't got refined concrete. We need to ship those in. Which arguably means I need space on the ship to ship those in. Okay, it's a potential limited, or potential complicating component. We'll have this arrive. Well, at least attempt to have it arrive again. We'll ship up. Well, we won't take. Gonna take less stuff, obviously, next time around. We'll get the modifications, we'll send it out, we'll drop this off, and then we'll come with a different run. So it's going to be 2 runs at least before we get that working. Hopefully we can get this warm enough to get the turbine going in the meantime. We're in the sun rising portion of the day, which equals more power, which equals more fuel getting consumed. So this has a max consumption of 1.5 megawatts in comparison to this, which is basically 0.2. This is also twice as fast. Okay, so... I'm not sure this is actually necessarily going to help with our fuel efficiency. Megawatts kilowatt, yeah. I think what will help is it's got a bunch of slots, so we can shove a lot of things in it. Whether that's a good thing or not, it's a different problem, I suppose. So whether we throw speed modules in it, speed and efficiency, and try to balance it out. Right, because we could run basically one of these for every one of these, and then run the 2 of these, and that would be pretty fuel efficient pretty fast. Minimize heating. Okay, have you received... I need to clear a little bit more space, apparently. Drop this piercing round to have space for those to arrive. So we can get that upgraded so we can get this running much, much more reliably. And received something. Of course. Of course. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do. One, not all. Okay, well, that upgrade's in. Do we have enough space? We have enough space for one. Okay, apparently we don't have enough copper plates stockpile on the planet anyway, so... Okay, stop loading that up. We'll go out to... make another run to Aquilo. In the meantime, I think everything is warming up. Just like 2 degrees a recipe cycle, yeah. It doesn't look like it's having a problem right... Well, it doesn't have a problem against the stuff on the way out to Galeba. Whether it'll have problems on the next leg is a different question. It seems to be running fine. Yeah, this is slowly heating up. Once that all drops off, we won't necessarily have enough yet to build any cryogenic plants. Because the cryogenic plants we need to bring in refined. But I don't think we have being assembled anywhere. That's a good question. Fulgura, you're probably the one most likely to have all those. Okay, I have a whole chest of passive provider full of superconductors. Okay. Less paranoid about it now. That's going to be more doable. And we already know we got blue set up to be picked up from here. Yeah. Well, yes, but maybe not enough. Maybe not enough. How's the science going from building science? Bad, probably? That's all the way through. I think the lab's still running on it. No. I'm... well, it only just apparently hit 0, okay. Let's swap you over to something else while we're waiting. That should hopefully be a little bit more efficient, which is not asteroid productivity. Scrap. Not metallurgical. Electromagnetic. Scrap. There we go. Let's improve scrap productivity a little bit. Oh, and we've backed up the spoilage. It's all spoiled at this point. Okay. You're warming up. You've arrived. So quickly check everything usable overboard. Well, everything usable on the planet overboard. And then back to Fulgura, where you're going to pick up... refined is probably the only one you don't have there. Like 400 refined from Fulgura. What was the rest of the recipe? Can't easily check from that menu. And 200 of the other ones, okay. And then I know I need some from the rockets for you, so we'll do 300 of you. I suppose I can import fuel, that wouldn't be world ending. Low density structure is which tab? There we go. Okay. Now we just need to figure out if Fulgura can make, or is making, refined concrete. Okay, it generically makes concrete. Which is being crushed as fast as it can. Okay. So to make refined concrete, what do we need? Concrete, iron stick, steel plate, water. Water is actually probably the hardest thing to get of those for us. But yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do. And then it all goes in a chemical plant, I believe. Do you have a place where I can just borrow some water? Maybe? Oh, in fact, we already have refined concrete. Let's just remove the limit on that refined concrete and let it go. That'll work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. And we got concrete being loaded up into the transports, up to everything. Okay, so we just need the above visible time to load up. 300 of the way, 400 requested. Oh, and I tagged these to the wrong planet. Let's get these to the right planet tagged. There we go. Anyhow, once that arrives, we'll have a bunch more stuff. Let's drop the concrete in the moat so we can get the whole thing picked up. Both those cases. Yeah. Okay, so all the drop pods are picked up. We want concrete a little bit more than we want copper. So take the concrete back. Drop the iron off, and then I think that's a working inventory. It's a bit full, but we can work with a bit full. If desperate, I could throw a bunch of coal in the burners here to get these running faster. It's not likely to make a difference. Might make a difference though, so let's start printing coal. Yeah, not gonna be enough to get to 500. Might get us up to 400. Oh, if it does get up to 500, we'll get the turbine going, which will speed everything up. Here's the 400 crossover. That's lost the coal in that burner. You're up to 427. Go around to scrap. Now goes the loading bulb fizzle. Okay, all the refined concrete is aboard. Don't have enough blue on the planet, which is a problem. Got plenty of superconductor. And you're shipping the rocket fuel, so another 100 on the way up. And then you're on the way up. So then we're just waiting on the blue. Which I'm somewhat surprised is actually the bottleneck. Suppose I could start assembling blues. Oh, and you need sulfuric acid. Ah, that's going to be the complication. I don't have a way to make sulfuric acid here, do I? Not an easy way. Okay, never mind. Not doing that. We're backed up on concrete. Okay, so what we'll have to do is screw the energy efficiency. That needs to be faster. That moves more concrete. Fixing that bottleneck. Allowing more blue into the system. Okay. Yeah, allowing more blue into the system. Now to fill one rocket. That is technically, I think, like 3 launches? Yeah, that's 3 launches. Oh no, it's 1 rocket full, so we just need to save up 3. That's the problem. How's the heating going? Just below 400, but it's the middle of the night when we got no power. Yeah, there comes the solar power back. See the arm struggle to move. Yeah, we're waiting for that blue. I suppose I could fly back to Novice and pick it up from Novice instead. That, of course, eats the blue on Novice, which is one of the places we're delivering the blue from Fulgura to ship it back up into space to, yeah. Yeah, launches are here already, so let's give up and trying to pick it up from Fulgura. Swap you temporarily over to that one. Go to Novice. You know, solar begins to come back up again, which provides us more power, which provides us more capacity to burn, more fuel to make more heat. And again, a lot of the whole chicken and the egg problem with getting the planet, well, getting the industry warm here is if we crack 500, we have power for days. But until we crack 500, we don't have enough power to operate the base. Paintball puzzle is starting to receive its stuff. Don't ship it that. Don't. Yeah, continue shipping it the heat pipes and the concrete. We're gonna need a bunch of concrete and heat pipes and stuff, but not the refined stuff. Please stop for now. Almost breaking 400. Yeah, we are breaking 400. And we still haven't hit full power, so it still isn't running as fast as it could. Okay, and that gave it time to actually drop stuff. That works. Yeah, slowly warming up. We'll see if it warms up the 10 or so degrees before the ship gets back with what we need to build the cryogenic plants. Everything goes according to plan. Oh, do those mines run out? Yes, okay. Yeah, was kind of suspected of the possibility. That mine wasn't particularly great, particularly big. We're not in a position to go fix that right now, but not enough to fill one rocket. That sounded like a cyclical problem we're having. Don't have enough blue science to fill my blue science requirements. Okay. Or, blue circuit requirements. Okay, that might work. Might work. Oh, if we do want that to work, we probably want that to go faster. Anyhow, how goes the warming up here? 430. Slow and steady. At least during the daytime. These are at least long days. The other alternative is for this place to back up enough blue. This place is still quite a way out on blue. may have put a little too high of a demand on blue. Various places around the base. Oh, it's on its way. Wait, if you go back to Novice, we can then turn you back into an Earl chest. Drop that limit down to something more reasonable. Rocket going? Yes. Okay, so as soon as that's loaded on the Bob Vessel, we can send the Bob Vessel out again. Bring us the rocket fuel and such. Oh, what do I need for a launch pad? So I can actually leave. More blue. Electrical pipe, steel, concrete. Okay. Yeah, more blue. Another 100 blue. So might as well ship another 300 blue, but we'll head over to that place to do that, hopefully. Oh, well, it's 50, just basically 50 feet short. And that will flare to life. Okay, swap you back over to Fulgura. But first, before you go to Fulgura, we're going to Aquilo. Drop all this stuff off. Okay, it was a good thing I immediately set sail, because it was starting to drop the processing units back down. Wasn't what we wanted. You know, we'll add processing units as well. Novice, so it doesn't do that again. But yeah, as I've worked out, in theory, if we hit 500C with the heater, that will turn the turbine on, and the turbine on will provide water, or provide power. In fact, will provide 25 times more power than the base in theory needs. Which should hopefully get everything running. Getting everything running should hopefully provide more heat in a stable retroactive cycle, hopefully. Hopefully. Which will allow us to then expand, and that'll be good. Lithium brine. Oh, the lithium brine is mostly nice enough to basically all be on land. Cool. Okay. So that's that. That provides lithium brine. Lithium brine apparently is depletable. It's a finite resource. I think it's only the brine that's a depletable resource, though. Oh, ran out of ammo. Is it here yet? No, it's about halfway. Is just one rocket turret, I think, ran out. It's not completely panic-inducing. Okay, and there's a fluorine vent. The fluorine vents, unlike the lithium vents, are not depletable. Okay, those chunks disappear if you move into them. Okay. Expected to return 4 units of fluorine. Is that good? Is that bad? I have no clue. Probably pretty bad, because we need quite a bit for this. But makes hot. We make the hot cold. Do we have a way to make the cold hot again? Or does it just push it through a boiler? You got a 500 temperature max? Or is it something to do with the... I know we get a fusion plant at some point. It might be a fusion plant thing. Okay, please. Truck valuable stuff to the planet. And then once all that's launched, GTFO back to the land of ammo. Well, not technically the land of ammo. Land of stuff we need delivered. So with that, back to Fulgura. Hopefully don't take any damage on the way. Lithium plate. I need to pick up the lithium plate to make that work. Okay. Yes, we can start building these if I have lithium plate. We got 42 there. Am I not allowed to build these by hand or something? Cannot be built by hand. Okay. Found a spot on the planet close to some warmth. Cryogenic plant. In you go, in you go. In you go, and in you go. So when the planet graces us with some power, we should be good to go. We didn't quite get the boiler up to 50C or 500C, apparently. Over here we're up to 500C, but that doesn't. We lose temperature as it propagates, right? That's what goes on. And I'm not so desperate to start burning the rocket fuel I need to get off the planet. Yeah, I'm not that level of desperate right now. We delivered the rocket fuel to get us off the planet, not to not spend on heating the planet up. Okay, looks like it's safely arriving. We'll see how long it takes to get everything delivered. Okay. So it's there. Taking receipt of items. And it almost has 300 blue. We'll see if it can get that working. And looking at the time, I think it's time for another part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. Sorry for the slow progress here. Apparently I did not future-proof enough of the old stuff to handle exporting to Aquilo over here. So the progressing here on Aquilo is a bit on the slow side. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to have a short break, and then I'm going to get right back to recording. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.